for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you for being a support system that is truly needed. Towards you giving me good vibes as well as I'm giving you yours is truly a blessing. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love all, and have not already. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feed your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you formative to you, uh, giving you good inspiration or vibes, or um, that you would love to share, want to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need spiritual guidance or just needs confirmation and validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. Is truly appreciated. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Today the music that I'm listening to in the background is so uplifting because Lord knows I need it in my life. It is giving me everything right about now. It's called Awakening of the Kundalini Energy Force. 12,000 hertz, 1,618 hertz of golden ratio, 432 hertz of shamanic drums and miracle music. And I will post that link in the description box below. You got me feeling energetic, which is truly what I needed because I've been feeling drained as I don't know what. The video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101 Heyoka's uh your old wounds and traumatic experiences are coming to an end at rapid pace. It is, during your downtime, you're going through all these transitions, as well as you're experiencing a lot of vibrations from the uploads and the not uploads, but downloads and upgrades to your intuition, your essence and everything. Your a lot of your gifts are being heightened to where you're drawing a lot of energy out. It's draining you because everything's is trying to work its way for you. It's trying to make it feel like, okay, it has to be able to get suited. It's just like let me try to see how I can way I can make this sound. It sounds is making sense. It's just like, your essence, everything that is supposed to be there is like being sculpted to your for your benefit, basically. So it's wanting you to face a lot of things where it just like, God dog, every time I turn around, it's like boom, 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 boom. Because they're wanting you to be able to close those chapters of your life is no longer needed. They're wanting us to just make peace with it because it's like, I've been really like separating myself from a lot of things. It takes a lot more energy from you on staying strong than it would be if you're lowering your frequency to constantly stay depressed, constantly wanting to think about, well, maybe it'll work, or you're allowing yourself to focus on the doubt, or you're focusing on the traumatic outcome, the obstacles that you're enduring right now, instead of putting your energy and power on manifesting the miracles you want in your life. The outcome that you're wanting in your life. They want you to be able to focus on that. Your traumatic experiences had to take a part of your life for you to recognize the things that were always there. Our planet is going through so many different, you know, uh dark things. If there's not people out here killing folks, kidnapping kids, it's just like where I'm at. Atlanta's not that far away, where they're doing a lot of sex trafficking. All these different things is coming into play in our lives where we are using the things that we have has occurred in our life for us to be able to allow us to reflect, or give out, project towards others, the love, kindness. Even though you experience tragedy, that's not what your life is about. You're not of what has occurred in your life. You're that warrior that has surpassed and succeeded, overcome whatever has been placed on your path for the tragedy to occur, for you to recognize that, being able to do your part but there's so many beautiful things that is heading in your life. They're sending so many different confirmations towards your way. If it's not somebody, taking the load off of you a little bit, on the things that you have to deal with on a daily basis. Mine is like that at times. It's like because I'm always doing something, and I appreciate the things that I'm doing because it allows me to stay busy. But there's times where I'm just, healing and, doing this, channeling other people. It's just like I'm always busy. And it's just like, when I just need that time for myself just to collect myself, you know, there's been times where it's just like the littlest things I'm so grateful for. And it's like they want you to be able to be grateful on the changes that are transpiring into your life right now. You're going through that healing process, but um, there's things that they really are like, hey, we know these things happen. We know that they're really hurtful. Um, but you need to get through this. They're like, wrap it up. They really want you to wrap it up. They don't want you staying in that funk, in that dark light, that dark place for far too long. That's why it's just like a lot of times, even when I hate taking my breaks, is I'm consuming a lot of different things in my life, but I'm also letting go a lot of things too. And then when I'm allowing myself to really sit, like you always hear me say that I sit with my thoughts, I sit with things that are unfolding in my life, and then I'm just like, dag, when I allowed myself to see it in that positive viewpoint, that positive perspective, I see so many different blessings that are coming my way. Even though the things, for a while, I used to get pissed off because I didn't get what I wanted. You're like, okay, you're giving me this, but that's not what I wanted. And they were like, oh, you trying to be ungrateful. Okay. And you cannot be that way. You have to be grateful for everything that comes in your life, no matter how big, how small, even a little gesture, just to remind you of different things. It's like, I went through so much positive things yesterday, and I wasn't expecting that, but I guess it's just like everything that I'm going through, it had me literally feeling like I'm hanging by a thread. Even though I try to keep that positive frame of mind of everything that is unfolding in my life. If you've been at stuff for so long and it just adds on something else you're really trying to heal from, it can make you feel at wit's end, and that's how I felt yesterday. But then when I really, when people kept texting me, like I told y'all yesterday, and it was just like so many people, they were telling me about the progression they have been going through, how grateful I am that they found my channel, how much I've helped them understand their lives, the things that they didn't feel like they could, part ways with. It wasn't serving them on a positive purpose. That my experiences that I went through has allowed them to be able to, say, well, dag, if Rosalind was able to get through this, without this, that, and the third, I can do it too. So, I mean, it was so many different things. And like I told y'all yesterday, I was telling my sister, I'm like, girl, this is just coming at me left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. And it's just like, you have done so many things for people, and she's like, you helped me, I'm like, girl, oh God, don't do this to me too. And it was just like, I was so emotional. But then, that was God's many blessings that he was giving to me. He's like, don't feel like the little smallest thing you're doing is not making a big impact in somebody's life just because you don't see it that way. You don't know what kind of breaking point you allowed that person to draw back from wanting to give up on what is truly coming around the corner for them. A lot of times we have gone through things and you're like, I'm tired. I'm tired of going through these things. I'm trying my best, but it just seems like the more I try to stay positive, the more negative crap that keeps coming at me. Or, you're trying to be, coming from a loving place, but all you are is getting negativity, you know, catapulting back. So it's just like being able to see the outcome towards everything allowed me to be able to make peace with a lot of things that was hard for me to just let go of. And I'm grateful for that. It's not going to happen overnight, but when you're allowing yourself to say, you know what, let me give this all I got. I ain't got that much, but let me go ahead and do this. And it's just when you are allowing yourself to say, look, I'm trying, I'm doing this. You don't want to say you trying your best, because a lot of times you can just say, if they ask you, okay, to do this, and you're like, oh, okay, I did it. I'm trying my best. No, they want you to give it everything you have. When they see that you are really getting down packed, like, okay, this is not what I want to think about, and it's not like you're avoid. They don't want you to avoid the things that is coming to the surface. They want you to be able to part ways with that, with love and gratitude, because those traumatic things has really taught you a lot about love, life, persistence, being able to see the beauty and love in everything. No matter how much bad things has happened to you, you're still trying to have that positive viewpoint. And that's what I do, and I'm truly grateful for all the things that I went through, even though it could be a very sad experience that has occurred to my life on many things, from going through mental, emotional abuse, womenized, physical abuse, all those things that I had to go through. And it allowed me the strength that I carry after all those things has been placed on me. That's why a lot of times you try to understand, why does your life have to be so hard? Why does it has to be this way? You don't know what platform they're, God and universe is trying to place you on. Not for you to look down on people or you to feel that you're much better than anybody. It's not about that. It's about when you can allow yourself to be raw. You can allow yourself to be very open and vulnerable, and being able to not worry about giving a damn about what people are seeing of you, because people are going to see whatever they want to see. You can explain whatever you want to the people. They're only going to understand their, level of perception to your experience. When you're allowing yourself to be, I went through this, these occurred in my life. I had this person be at me, this person, nobody was really there for me when I was there for them. All these different things has occurred into your life for your benefit. They wanted you to be able to forgive the unforgivable, to be able to part ways with things that it was hard for you to actually just, see it for really what it was and say, this has happened to me. They want you to, break way of all that, because there's so many beautiful things that you're going through just because you didn't give up. Just because, even though on your rainiest days you were looking for the sunshine, you danced in the rain while you were at looking for the sunshine. Being able to try to find the silver lining in the clouds when it was hard for you to be able to see, but that was just faith, that there was something good out there. There has to be something good. Is all this hell raising? You got to know there's good out there as well. You have to be able to just go hard and go searching for it, and that's what I did. And it's kind of hard to do that at times. And I'm not going to lie. I'm keeping it real with you, 110% real with you. It's a hard thing to do, but it's a lot harder you being stuck in a situation that you no longer need to be in. When that's hard, when you're allowing you seeing so many other people around you that was going through a lot of things, but you see that they're blessed with a lot of things. A lot of times we stand in the way of our progress and the process that has to go in. You have to be able to step aside, say, okay, I did all I can do. God, I did all I can do. Universe, or whatever. Can you help me? Because I'm trying my best to, allow yourself, when they tell you to do something, you do it. They tell you to go left, take your butt left. Take that sharp curve to the left. They tell you to go right, halt for a minute and then go right. Stop, go, shut the hell up. Keep going. They're telling you to do all these things. Allow that process to take you where you need to be. Don't keep yourself in a situation that has ran its course. Not to tell myself that. Stop going back to those situations. That's what ego wants you to constantly think about, on all those things, those whatever has happened to your life. I want to keep reminding you of that. You're like, I don't need you to remind me of that. I was the one that happened to. I remember, but I'm not trying to allow this stuff to keep me stuck in a situation that I can't change. The past is the past. You're supposed to learn from it, not to keep reliving it. You're not supposed to do that. And I have to tell myself that, look, child, just, understand the purpose that you've been given. I have to tell myself this a lot of times. I have these self talks all the time, you know, because it's like, I don't want to sit up here and think about what my mom's ex-husband and his wife did and her kids, what they knew and what they made fun of and all this and this and that. All they were is reflecting to me the power that I have in knowing, they were threatened by the love that my father constantly gave to me, and they envied the hell out of that. So they wanted to break me down so that they'll make it, to their liking on what they got out of it. You have to really be going through some dark shit for you to be going off on. I mean, I went through this since I was a child, so that lets me know that you still need some healing in your life to do, because you fighting with somebody that don't even know what the hell they fighting for. So and it's just like, when I look at my situation, I said everything has a purpose behind every painful experiences that you have experienced. And when I can be able to really see why I had to go through this, I can understand, and I'm grateful for that. I'm just like, God, dog, I'm looking at God like you really got some good faith in me because, yeah, uh-uh. I'm just, I'm just like, oh, Jesus. Lord have mercy, Kelly Clarkson, Eddie Murphy. He really, I mean, he really had he really had that faith in me, but he recognized something in me I wasn't able to recognize for myself. And that goes for all of us. A lot of times we don't feel like we're strong to get through things, but the situations you that has occurred into your life shows you how strong you are. Because if it wasn't for you to go through that and you would have died after that, okay, then it wasn't, this was something you can't handle. But when you're still living, breathing, able to, do things, and you can make your life better, you know. And I know it can be hard because it's like a lot of times people can go through some serious situations and can keep them in a manic depressive state. I understand that. I've been through it. I've seen other people do it. I have people in my family that are like that. And it's just like you have to have that willpower to say, I'm not going to sit and sulk in this. I know my life has to be more if I allow myself to just step out and explore it. And that's what you have to do. A lot of times it's hard to heal from wounds that has been you hold them for so long. Because like I said before, a lot of us hold our pain, we hold on to depressive things like a security blanket when you were supposed to just go through that and allow yourself to heal in whatever positive way you can. I've seen so many people that are are motivational speakers, and there's some that, I mean, there's a lot of them that touch my heart, and especially when they tell their life story on how they got here. There's one guy who was in Hawaii, I forgot his name. He even showed his mug shot. He didn't even look like the same person that was going from different place. I think he was like a marathon runner as well, and he was on heroin and crack cocaine really bad, and for him to be able to say, it took me to have to get locked up for a while for me to get my life straight. And that's what he needed, because he knew if he would have stayed out on the street, either he would have wound up dead, from ODing, or, dealing with the people you're dealing with to get the stuff that you got, or something worse, well, shoot, can you worse than dead, but it was just to be in a situation that he didn't need to be in. Or it was a guy that I know, he was from Brazil, and there's family that adopted him here in America, USA, whatever, and nobody wanted him. I guess when his mother, delivered him, and he had no limbs, no arms, no leg or anything, that now he is just like, his parents took care of him. They did not put limitations on him. He allowed himself to do a lot of things that he can probably do better than people that got limbs, and I was just like, it broke my heart to see what that baby went through. But now he's like a motivational speaker, and he does a lot of things that that he didn't put limitations on himself just because he wanted to do a lot more plus more, just because he was limited with not limbs, what I'm saying? So I mean, seeing things like that, you can understand, like, those are the people that were set to be able to allow people to really get that shock value of the experiences they went through, and allowed them to want to view their life in a different way. And that's what, that's going on for you right now. I always tell people there's a reason why you have been guided towards me. you know um we're all having our place in a mission that we don't know what we're doing yet, but they're getting us geared up for that. And you're a fierce warrior, and a lot of times you don't want to admit that because of the things that you're going through, or the things that has occurred into your life. I used to be that way. I instead of trying to see the positive outcome that my experiences brought, brought me, I always wanted to look at the negative situations that I constantly kept getting placed in. And that's where people that were connected to me that was like my A1 since day one. And they always told me, my best friend, she had every element in the book. And I always made sure before I moved down south, we were together every day, you know, um, because she knew I was getting ready to move, and we've been knowing each other since she was like 15 and I was like 10 or 12. Me and her sister hung out like that, but when we got older, I was starting to hang out with her older sister. And she always told me, anytime we hang together, she's like, Roz, that's how I really love you. Because she had pancreatitis, she had constant fluid on her heart. She was a frequent flyer diabetic. She stayed in the hospital because her blood count, or her insulin and stuff wasn't, very regular because she didn't take care of herself when she was younger. um and it got worse when she got of age. So it was like anytime we were together, she's like, you never remind me I'm sick. I'm like, you're sick, right? And she's like, yeah. So what the hell I gotta remind you of that for? I want you to be able to not think about that. As long as you take care of yourself. I used to give her insulin when she needed to. um and I never made her feel sick. And she's like, I love hanging around you. Is that anybody else like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that because you're this, you're that. And I never did that. I said, you know what you're not supposed to do. You know what you can't, you're limited to do. But I didn't know, I didn't put those restrictions on her. She was a grown woman. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. Or things has happened. I had a best friend. We always used to smoke together before we went to the club, and he always used to tell me, hey, you're about to do a big impact on the world. I don't know what it is, but the aura you got, girl, it's just like powerful. It's like when you talk, you get people's attention. I'm like, man, what the heck are you talking about? And I'm just like, baby, just like, give me that daggone blunt. You smoking too much. It's like, no. He's like, I'm telling you, you're really gonna make an impact out of the life of someone or many. And he told me this, and this was like about like 10, 12 years ago. He told me that. And he passed away like 2 years ago. And we always kept in touch. So it's just when I'm here now, they were preparing me for that because they always told me, how I stuck out all the time, and I wasn't trying to, you know. But it's just a beautiful blessing that I can actually really see, why things has transpired, even though a lot of things I don't have the answers to. I have to keep going regardless, so I can go, you know, meet my the question, the answers to my questions halfway, you know. And it's just like, you have beautiful things come into your life. You didn't go through this just to go through this. You had to go through this for a reason. It has a positive purpose for the tragedy that has occurred into your life. I know a lot of, I've talked to a lot of y'all one-on-one, or some of I can read you, which is really painful at times. But they, God and universe doesn't want you to constantly think about that. They want you to think of the power and the energy and the essence that you carry within your strength, um, to overcome those old wounds. Those old wounds is what got you to where you are today. You're wanting to know that deeper knowledge of who you are, wanting to understand, is there are other people out there like me? You had to go through these traumatic incidences for you to really take the depth of knowledge of what you're capable of doing. They don't want you to focus on the negative and, what people has done to you. They know. They're not blind to that. They know the tears that you cried, the heart, how your heart breaks, how you need that peace of mind. They want you to have that peace in your heart. That's what they're trying to aim you to. Don't fight it. Because it's like when things happen, it's not trying to trigger you to go backwards. It's trying to trigger you to see, people are threatened by the energy you carry. They're threatened by the essence that is strong within you, and they're wanting you to, look at it as a positive view, not from a trigger, an old wound that is hard for you to just part ways with. It'll be I tell people all the time, it's so easy to be mad at people. It's so easy to point blame at other people. It can be easy for you to constantly reminisce on things that has transpired in your life that can really hurt you, but you can't change that. You had to go through these certain situations to take you somewhere. It's just up to you for you to take that journey to see why this had to happen to you. They don't want you to hold on to those wounds like a blanket. That's not what it's for. And I mean, I do it every day. I'm serious. I said I'm not going to allow what I went through to keep holding me down. My mom always said, if you're going to keep paying attention in what is behind you, you're going to miss out for all the beautiful things that's trying to come towards you. You don't want to see everybody getting their daggone blessings and you sit up here still stuck in talk about why this, why that, when you could have been doing so many beautiful things. And I say, I'll take heed for what my mom says. And it was like a really hard day for me yesterday, but being able to hear my mom, and she's just like, baby, I'm so proud of you. And she said, I'm not that type of person to say that. My mom was never an affectionate person like that. She was affectionate, but she didn't do it in the normal way a parent would, you know and I'm blessed for the experiences we had. We didn't have a good relationship, but towards the end, she wanted to live her life in the best way she knew how. She knew she didn't have that long to live, but she wanted to make sure she lived life to its fullest while she was here. We became really close, used to, have movie nights. I used to always take my mom out to eat, give her manis and petties, and we sing and laugh and, have a couple of drinks together. And I would never, regret that for the world. I would never change that. It's just sad when I'm going through this. She's not physically here, but I know she's always here with me. And she was just telling me yesterday, she's like, you're taking care of them like you took care of me. And she's like, I never knew you had it in you because you were so bad. But now when I see the love that you really carry for others in your heart, she's like, I'm proud for you to be my daughter. And that really like jolted tears off. And hearing my dad and my papa and my grams, telling me like, girl, you are doing such a good job. You are helping other people. You don't even know them, but you're solely connected to them like you've known them for 1,000 years. I said, yeah, we all go through hard things in our life, but your life doesn't end there. It just takes you to a different life on a different level that, you should be eager to want to find out what's in store for you. Don't hold on to things that you can't change. Use that as that stepping stool to get where you want to be, where you need to be, or where you're needed. Don't allow yourself to hold on to those things, because um, whatever has happened, trust and believe it didn't go overlooked. The people that has done stuff to you, don't allow yourself to take a mission on wanting to constantly control the outcome of that. It's going to change. It's going to have its way of letting you see things in front of you. So allow yourself to see the blessings and the love that they're really guiding you towards. Don't allow yourself to hold on to things you can't change. Allow that to change you in a positive way. So I hope that you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for, watching my videos, and, me being a part of your life is truly a blessing to me. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Philip. Much love to you, Lost Puppy. Um, Sheila, what is it? Sheila Craig, wait a minute. Sheila Jack, I'm sorry. Um, and let me see. Sharon Craig, much love to you as well. And I will talk to y'all on my next video. Drop me a line. Let me know if you resonate. Um, Give me a thumbs up, share. Uh, tell people about the channel. If they, they're going through different things, know that you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And know that, better days are happening for you. I pray that you have everything that you're trying to bring into fusion comes into your reality, least when you expect it, and it's 100 times more than what you prayed for. Send out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, frequency, words, and vibes. You never know, all those things can really take somebody a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love, peace, be well.